So good evening once again to everybody. Our medium tonight is Elaine Gerald. Welcome back, Elaine.
Thank you.
Long time, glad to see you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And online we have Deb Clarke waiting in the wings for those of you watching online. I'll now invite Elaine to open in prayer, and this will be followed by the Lord's Prayer.
If you'd like to join me in prayer, please. Heavenly Father, guides and helpers, I thank you all for allowing us to be in this your sanctuary tonight. I ask that I be an instrument in order to give messages of hope, upliftment, light, love and healing to those who need it most. I ask that you place a cloak of protection around me, and I leave this service in your tender loving care. Amen.
Amen. Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you. I will now light our church candle and invite those of you online to light your own candles at home if you're able to. And as we do this, I invite you to ask your loved ones in spirit to draw close to us now so that we may feel their presence and their love with us. May this be the candle to enlighten us all. May it be the light of strength and love that spreads all around the world. The fire that enables us to burn out all our pride, our selfishness, and the impurities that are within us. May it be the flame that brings warmth into our hearts, warmth towards our families, our neighbours, our friends, and all those around us, and those we meet in our life's journey, and all those who need it most. I ask you now to join me in sending out love and light to all those in need of healing. Loving thought and prayers create a strong healing energy that can reach all around the world to all the people and places that need it most. I'll begin by reading the names from our church healing list and then offer a healing prayer. And now our prayers are asked for Vicky, Sonia, Tony, Holly, Donna, Peter, Christine, Carol, Billy, Toby, Ray, Pat, Peter and Kath, Darren, Claire, Darren, Lorraine, Lorna and Casey, Marilyn, Bradley and Karsh, Martin, Jill, Carol and Bill, Chris and Gary, Joyce, Peter, David, Sonic the Bird, Sue, Lucy, John, Ben, Nadja, Toby, Jasmine, Tommy and Donna. And online here, Holly Dance, Archie for Progression, Mel Jarman, Mia Thomas, and I think I've got everybody there. Dear Heavenly Father, we join together now to send out our thoughts of healing, love and light around the world to all those in need of healing, both physically and mentally. And we ask that they would also reach and protect our animal kingdom and the world of nature that is all around us. We pray that our enemy may reach those who are cold or homeless tonight, and all those less fortunate than ourselves, wherever they may be. May our thoughts and energy tonight bring love, calm and peace to everybody. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour. Amen. We'll now have 1 minute's silence so that you can send out your own personal thoughts and prayers to all those in need. And to those whose names are read out tonight, and any that you may think of privately in your thoughts now. And this will be broken by the singing of the hymn Gracious Spirit, the words of which are in your purple hymn books. I now ask Peter to join us, give us our Bible reading for this evening.
I hope this don't fall, but there we are. Evening all. Lovely to see you all here this evening and all online. Been a blazing hot day again today. For me it's been stay indoors. Bit of a walk in the morning, bit of a walk in the evening, that's all. The one thing we have as a consolation in this church, it's full of people and they've all brought angels, so it's full of angels. And that will be the same with you online. The angels are always with us in our church services. Last week's reading, we examined Luke's The Last Supper, along with Matthew and Mark, the Lord's Supper. It suggests a change, an end and a new beginning. I think that we can agree that there has been a great change in technology, social benefits and social activists, but not quite in some areas of human activity, as shown in tonight's reading, the Good Samaritan. I find it helps when reading the scriptures to have in mind some of our own experiences and life as it is in our own present times. The story of the Good Samaritan is very clear, but I believe that Jesus' teaching is love thy neighbour, and it is very important the way Jesus has set up the scene. The story is of a truth that probably could and may still happen here somewhere today. When Jesus tells us a parable, every part of it is significant to the teaching. Seek and you will find. He chose 3 groups of people to cover all walks of life at the time. There were great divisions between people, Jews, Samaritans, Gentiles, etc., shown in other scriptures. Also, the church at the time was seriously challenging Jesus Christ's teachings, and no one wanted to get involved as it may affect on themselves and making unwanted demands on them. One might ponder why Jesus chose the Samaritan to represent brotherhood, love in his teaching. We consider this again in another scripture when Jesus meets the Samaritan woman. The Samaritan's actions were immediate when he saw the suffering man, without any consideration for himself, and his love for his neighbour maybe reflects how God is with all of us. His love is so powerful, he always gives in abundance according to our need, irrespective of our past. God ensures all our needs are taken care of, then ensures our aftercare is everlasting. The Samaritan returns to ensure the person's further well-being was taken care of and fulfilling his brotherly love. It comes to us from God when we fulfill God's commandment. And I said, when we read the scriptures and use our experiences and consider life as at the present day, much more can be found in the teaching and messages. Much has changed, but much has not changed. Jesus shows us many ways in the scriptures how we can show brotherly love to our neighbour. And as you give, so you receive. God said, God always gives in abundance. Tonight's reading, Luke chapter 10, the parable of the Good Samaritan. On one occasion, an expert in law stood up to test Jesus. Teacher, he asked, what must I do to inherit eternal life? What is written in law? He replied. How do you read it? He answered, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and love thy neighbour as thyself. You have answered correctly, Jesus replied. Do this and you will live. But he wanted to justify himself, so he asked Jesus, and who is my neighbour? In reply, Jesus said, a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked and robbed. They stripped him of his clothes and beat him and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he travelled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day, he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper. Look after him, he said, and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have. Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbour to the man who fell into the hands of robbers. The expert in the law replied, the one who had mercy on him. Jesus told him, go and do likewise. God bless that reading, and thank you. I knew that was going to happen. Thank you. Can you take this? Sorry about that. Thank you. Thank you all your people.
Okay.
Thank you, Peter.
Righto.
It's now time for those of you who are watching online to join Rob and Deb, who have been patiently waiting for you, and they will guide you through the rest of the service. We thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. I'm back again. I was only here a while ago, but I'm back. I don't know how they put on with me. And I'm really hot, so I hope I do all right. I've got the fan on me. So if you see my hair go up in the air, you know what it is. It's not spirit, it's a fan. So if there's anybody new, say hello. You'll see how I work. I'm quite quick, hopefully. Sometimes I can see the messages now, so hopefully I'll go direct to the person. But sometimes I do start by just giving the information out and see who can take it. But you'll see how I work as I go along. All I will ask you to do is just check everything we give you. Just check. Go home, take it all in. Go away, check it all out. Remember that spirit will involve the rest of your family as well. Okay, so remember, if you can't take the message yourself, it may belong to somebody else in your family. If we give you dates, they're going to be anniversaries, birthdays, or passings. And remember, anybody can pop in. Sometimes people you don't know will pop in, or that you don't know very well, but they just want to say hello. So they will belong to you. You'll see how it'll work. I've got somebody with me. The first person I've got with me, who is making me stand like this, so somebody obviously stands like this when they're talking, is a gentleman, and he's a dad, and he's singing that song, oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. So that means something to him or to somebody on here. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. So if anybody take that with a dad in spirit, let me know. And as we're talking to him, we'll give you a little bit more as well. He's talking about somebody. I think what he means with that song is he's showing me somebody that used to dance to it when they were younger. Okay, they used to dance to this song when they were younger, this dad. So that he's trying to get to his daughter, I think. Okay. He's also talking about the month of May means something as well. All right, so the month of May will mean something as well. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to read your messages at the same time. So, lovely dad. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. The month of May will mean something about somebody dancing to this song when they were younger. So that kind of era, whether it was 70s or 80s, I can't remember. That kind of era. I don't know when you answer on the messages, I forgot to say, when you answer on the messages, please say yes what you're saying yes to, so that we can link properly, because sometimes I don't know what you're saying. Caroline, I know his daughter. We used to sing it to him. So is it you, Caroline? So you know his daughter, do you? Because this is a dad that's coming through. So he obviously wants to speak to his daughter, but obviously if she's not here, he's probably going to use you as the messenger if he can. So it's him that's coming through, talking about the month of May. Now he's talking about, okay, Caroline, this is for you then. I'll repeat what he's going to say. And what he'll probably do is bring somebody in for you in a minute, but we'll let him have his little say. He's saying, oh, I'm only going to speak a little while, he's just said to me. But like I say, talking about the month of May, talking about his daughter, because he says that she needs a little bit of healing. Okay, so there must be some healing needed around her. And also saying that, oh, did you talk about it? He's also, I was just going to say, he's also saying that he's come because there's been a conversation about us recently, or about him recently. So they've been joining in this conversation. And he says, I thought I'd pop in and say hello, he's saying, and let them know that I am listening. In fact, he says to me that there's been a lot of conversation about him recently. And also somebody has been comparing somebody down here, their habits to his, and he's been listening to that. He just wants to pop in, he says, because I just want to let him know that I'm still around, basically, and I know what's going on. He's just said to me that he's aware that somebody is going to be interested in going to university, so there's going to be some kind of discussion about somebody around his daughter going to uni, so watch for that as well. He's talking about his mum is there as well, and it's his mum that's giving his daughter that little bit of healing that she needs. In fact, he says that his daughter is feeling the healing's more for pick me up, you know, she needs a bit of a pick me up. She's a little bit run down and a little bit tired as well. He's also mentioning the name Sarah as well. So Sarah around his daughter. If they mention somebody down here, it's either because they're going to hear a little bit gossip or because she needs a little bit of healing. But he's just said, I've been to see Sarah, so he's aware of Sarah as well. He's talking about a house move also within the family. So somebody, he says, wants a house move within the family as well, and he's just saying, I'm aware of the house move that comes in the family as well, that somebody wants. He's talking about somebody down here, also a child around here, so I don't know if that's his granddaughter like you've mentioned, but there's somebody that's very good at football. You know, when they bounce a ball off their knee, there's somebody he's been watching that does that and is interested in that, so watch for that around her as well. He's just saying, I'm aware of this. Also, he's saying that somebody in his family, he says, likes angels as well. So he says, I'm aware of that. He's just saying, I'm aware of the person that likes the angels as well. I'm aware of Andy down here that's got a few issues that needs dealing with. So when you find out who Andy is, he's aware of him having a few issues. And he's also heard the discussion on somebody wanting a new car as well. So he's just basically, he's come because he just wants to let his daughter know that he's been around and he knows what's going on. And also to let her know that he's acknowledging that she's been talking to him, so she must send her prayers up to him as well, and also talk to him as well, and he wants to acknowledge that as well. He says that somebody has recently looked at his photograph as well, so somebody's been going through the photographs, and he wants to acknowledge that as well. So just let her know that basically there is around. Just keep on talking to me, he says, keep on talking to me. I don't know whether this is for her or this is going to be for you. He's ending by doing this with some glasses. So somebody's got the habit of doing this with their glasses. All right. Now, whether it's her or I'm linking into one of yours now, one of your relatives, but he's doing this to me as a going away. He's going now. So I'll leave that with you. Okay, Caroline. Right. He's going to bring somebody into you for you now. They always do this. If you act as a messenger, they will always bring somebody in for a little message for you in a way of saying thank you for taking the message back. So that's what he's doing. So this is for you, Caroline. And this is a lady that he's bringing forward for you as well. Okay, so a lady coming forward for you. The first thing she's doing, I mean, you obviously need a little bit of healing as well, Caroline. So she wants to give you a little bit of healing, but yours is more for... in fact, yours is like the other lady. It's more for a pick-me-up. You're feeling a little bit run down and you're a little bit tired as well. So it's this lady that's coming through to try and pick you up a little bit. And she says, she's just said to me, oh, there's been a great deal of laughing around. There's been a great deal of laughing, she says. So she's quite jolly, this lady. She's not telling me who she is yet, but by the things that she says, you should be able to acknowledge who she is. She's either mum or nan, but she's just talking to me at the moment. But she says, there's a lot of laughing going on. There's a lot of laughing going on. In fact, she's talking about somebody in the family that's a bit of a prankster as well, that likes to uplift somebody. Apparently there's somebody in the family that's also got a lovely, nice smile. So this is a youngster around you that brings she wants me to say her. So I don't know if you've got a little girl around you or something, but she's talking about a little girl that brings the smile. She's talking to me about that as well. She's also saying that somebody has recently lost a tooth. She's aware of somebody that's recently lost a tooth around you as well, Caroline. She's talking about that. Okay. She's talking about somebody that's recently lost a tooth. Okay. And she's also bringing in a memory of, when we put the tooth under the pillow with the tooth fairies, she's talking about somebody that put the tooth under the pillow, but they had to do it over a couple of nights because apparently the fairy forgot. So they had to re-put this tooth under the pillow over a certain number of nights or something. She's having a bit of a giggle about that. Now, she's aware of somebody called Colin as well. Colin. So Colin should mean something to you as well. And she's also talking about a Steve down here as well. She's talking about Steve, okay? Now, she wants to bring a house move for you. But don't worry if you're panicking about a house move, because sometimes this is way off in the future. But there will be another house move for you, she's talking about. And she wants to take you out in the countryside where there's a lot of green. So I don't think it's because you like the countryside. And she's putting you out walking, because she's talking about walking seems to like calm you down a little bit. She's trying to calm you down and relax you a little bit. She's saying that I don't know if you've worked out who this lady is, but she's telling me that you send your prayers up to her quite a lot. She's describing it as she sends her prayers up to me quite a lot. And she's talking about that you sometimes smell, spirit can send certain smells like perfume or roses. She's sending, you should be able to smell things around you like perfume. She's talking to me about perfume, but like she's also bringing the rose smell as well. So you may well smell roses around her. But this lady loves her flowers anyway. All right, so you're going to get a whiff of flowers. She's talking about pansies. So she likes her pansies as well. All right, come on then, lovely. She's talking to me about Dottie. So there's a Dottie in spirit as well. The name Dot should mean something to you as well. And she's talking about your hair. I don't know if you do a bit of this, Caroline, where we push it up. If it's in a bob, you push it up like this. Somebody's been doing this with the hair, she's saying, to give it a bit of a lift, And she's just having a bit of a giggle, that's all. She says she's been listening to a conversation about somebody wanting a new carpet. Somebody, I thought it was, but I won't guess, you see, unless they tell me who they are. I won't say anything. I'll leave you to work it out. But she's talking to me about somebody that wants a carpet, but it wants to be a spongy carpet, a nice spongy carpet. So she's just having a bit of a giggle about they want a little bit of a spongy carpet. Oh, hang on a minute. From the spongy carpet, she's linked it nicely onto somebody and they're trampolining. So somebody, I don't know if they're interested at the moment or they've got a trampoline, but she's mentioning somebody that likes their trampolining. If not, it'll be to come. Somebody will get quite interested in it. So watch for that as well. Okay. She's been listening to somebody that keeps saying, I want the paddling pool out. I want the paddling pool out. So somebody's obviously been doing that around you as well. She's just saying before she goes, September means something to you as well. So that'll be an anniversary, birthday or a passing. And she's just talking about there is a new baby to come. She's saying there's a new baby coming around you. So watch for the new baby as well. Okay. She's actually got two babies in spirit with her as well. All right, so she's just saying, I'm looking after the two babies in spirit with me as well. And she says with her in spirit, there is somebody called Bob in spirit that wants to say hello to you. And also Fred in spirit wants to go to say hello to you as well. Before she goes, she's just going like this because there's somebody in spirit, and this is a gentleman that used to do this with his glasses every now and again, just used to look up. I've got my paper in my hand, my newspaper, and I'm looking up. When somebody's talking to me, I'm looking up at them through, over the top of my glasses, and then I'm going back to my newspaper. So there's somebody in spirit that she's aware of that used to do that. Okay. She just, like the other ladies, people, she just wanted to pop in and say hello to you because you've obviously spoken to her recently or you've sent your prayers up. Just thought she'd pop in and say hello. She says there are nice changes coming up around you. So watch for the nice changes and the opportunities coming your way as well. And also opportunities coming for the youngsters around you. Did you say you had two lads? For the children around you, there are opportunities coming their way as well. For them, it's like clubs, joining clubs and that type of thing. And also she's talking about like after school clubs. So there's a lot coming their way. So you're going to be busy, busy, busy. She says you're going to be like a taxi, busy, 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 ferrying people all over the place. But she just wants to send her love. I think she's going to go now. Yes, she is. So she's going to go now, Caroline. I hope that was okay for you. Make sure you're eating properly, she says. Don't pick, just pick. You're like a little bird, picking. She says, make sure you eat properly. And that's her, she's going now. Okay, so I'll leave that with you, Caroline. Okay, I hope that was okay for you. Where are we going now then? Got somebody's brother. I've got a gentleman. I don't know where I'm going now. I'm looking at the messages, but obviously the names go up and down, so I don't know exactly where I am. Anyway, I'll carry on. I've got a lovely, he's just said to me, I'm somebody's brother. He says, so somebody's got a brother in spirit. And apparently there were only a couple of years between them. So they're pretty close, but there's only a couple of years between whoever's on here, and I think it's a lady, and her brother in spirit, a couple of years between the two. And they were very close, very close. And he's telling me that his sister knew that there was something wrong with him before he passed. She knew he was poorly almost before he did, I think. In fact, I think he's telling me about taking him to the doctors or urging him to go to the doctors. Okay, so I'm hoping somebody can take this. So lovely brother looking for a sister who's talking about his sister knew that I was ill. She's like, it's almost like picking it up psychically or something. She had a sense that he weren't very, very well. And apparently this brother lost quite a bit of weight before he passed as well. So he lost quite a lot of weight. Pam, is it for you, Pam? Because I was drawn to you earlier on. My brother was 2 years older than me. Hold on this, Pam. If you could take the rest of it. Did you, like he said that you he thought you had the kind of an inkling, he's just said to me, that there was something wrong before he passed. So you have this kind of inkling. So I'll wait for you to, because I know there's a bit of a delay. But we'll carry on with you, Pam, because I thought I was with you earlier. So this is your brother. Let's see. He's talking about also, I'm not saying this is his name, Pam, but he's talking about the name John should mean something to you. I just want to make sure I'm with you. So the name John. All right, okay, we're with you then, Pam. I thought I was with you earlier on. We'll sit with you then, Pam. He's talking about the name John means something to him as well. And he's also talking about the name Bobby means something to him as well. So he knows of a Bobby as well. Now, his message for you, Pam, is coming. Okay, then. So John wants to be remembered. But this brother, the main message for you is to come out with, I wish you'd take more care of yourself. I wish you'd take more care of yourself. I wish you'd treat yourself every now and again. I'm just repeating exactly what he's saying now. Okay. I wish you'd treat yourself every now and again. And I wish you'd stop treating everyone else before you. So he's urging you for some reason to treat yourself other than other people. That's what he's trying to do. Just treat yourself, he's saying. He wants to give you, with his treat that he's giving you, Pam, is a pack of custard creams. So I don't know if that's a memory for you or you like them or your brother did, but he wants to give you this pack of custard creams. With the custard creams, he's also wanting to give you a lemon meringue pie as well. So he likes lemon meringue, but I take it you must do as well. But he just wants to give you this nice lemon meringue pie. Now he's gone back to you, but he's talking about... I'll tell you what he gave me. He just gave me a load of lettuce, Pam. So I don't know what's going on. He gave me a lettuce, but it's like, I don't know whether he means you like salad or you're on a diet, because he's got this lettuce and he's just kind of picking at it. So I don't know exactly what he means. I'm hoping that you do. Okay, then. I hope you know what he means with this lettuce, but he's got this lettuce and he's just picking at it. So I think it's symbolic more that he thinks you're not eating enough, or somebody's on a diet, maybe, something like that. He says that somebody has looked at his photograph recently. In fact, somebody's looked at photographs of spirit recently in here. All right, somebody's been looking at their photographs recently, and that's why he's popped in. He also says that you should be able to smell smoke around you when a certain gentleman Oh, right, okay then, your sisters. No, I do like salad, but I'm not on a diet. My sister, okay then. He's talking about, there's a certain, you should be able to smell like cigarette smoke around you, Pam, because he's talking about there's a gentleman in spirit that comes around you that was a heavy smoker. In fact, he's telling me that there's somebody in spirit that had lung cancer as well that you should be able to remember. But there's a gentleman that had this love of cigarettes that had, the stains between their fingers that you should recognize in spirit. Comes around you with this smell of smoke, and he's just coming around you, just trying to let you know that he's around. That's what your brother says. He says now he's changed the subject now. He's now gone on to the twin connection in your family. He says there's a twin. Okay, then. There you go. He's talking about there's a twin link in your family, Pam. And he's just said to me there's actually two twins. There's a set of twins up in spirit. So I don't know if you're aware of that, but there is a set of twins in spirit. He's also talking, I can't remember where you're from, but he's talking to me about America. He says there's a link to America as well. He says, watch out for somebody going to America. Pan. Hang on, he's trying to tell me something. There's an old-fashioned airline. I think this must be a memory for somebody. Is it Pan Airlines or something? Pam Air or something? He's talking to me about an old-fashioned airline, Pan Am. He's just said to me, I think. Oh, you'll know what I mean. I won't dwell on it. But I think it's a memory. Somebody must have gone over to somewhere, on this airline, Pan Am or something like that. And we won't dwell on it. Now, he's changing the subject again for you. He wants me to give you a drink. It's for upset stomach. It's called Andrews, and you put a spoon in water and it fizzes up and you have to drink it quick. For some reason, he wants me to give you that to you, Pamela. So I don't know if it's a memory or whether you've got a bit of an upset stomach or it means something, but I've got to give you this Andrews drink for settling stomachs, okay? He's just saying to me, I've got a lady here, Pam, that you should know who used to take her false teeth out, all of her false teeth out and put them in a jar or in a cup between, that's it. Put them in a jar by a bed or something. This lovely lady in spirit wants to come forward and just say hello. You should know her just from her doing that. All right. She wants to be remembered. You back to your brother again. He's just saying there's a memory. I think he did this actually. He's saying when he was trying to be clever and he tried to jump over a fence or something, but he didn't do it quite right and he fell. Okay, it was a bit of a giggle. It weren't serious, but he tried to clear the fence or gate showing off. And he got his leg caught and he fell over. He's just bringing that to you as well. Now, he's another one. He says the whole family are here, is saying, want to send you their love and let you know that they're around, because apparently you've been asking where the spirit are around you. And he says, I just want to confirm that we are around you and we are listening and we are there when you look at our photographs and talk to us. So they just want that, just wanted to confirm really that they're around. He's giving you an angel, but it's like somebody's got an angel as an ornament or something like that. He wants to give you this angel. I don't know what he's doing now. He's actually putting an angel on a ring, Pam. So I don't know if somebody's got it on a ring somewhere or something, but he's putting a little angel on a ring for somebody. So I'll leave that with you. Anything else? He's lovely, your brother. He's got a cheeky grin. I'll describe him as having a bit of a cheeky grin. And before he goes, and I don't know why he's doing this, hoping you can take it, he just wants to, he's got a tie on and he's tightening it really tight for some reason. I don't know why he's doing this. And it's a really kind of nice, neat tie at the top. But he's tightening this tie for some strange reason. So I'm hoping you can just take it as that, because he's not explaining to me why. Okay. And before he goes, okay then. He's just knitting a pair of booties. He says, well, I'm not knitting, he says. Your grand's knitting. But he's knitting a pair of booties, so there's a baby coming around you as Pam. You are as well, Pam, the baby coming. Okay, anything else? He says, no, I'm going now. He says, somebody else's turn, he says. So I'll leave his love and all the rest of them, because there is quite a few of them up there for you, Pam. Leave all their love with you, and I hope that was okay. All right, leave that with you. Okie dokie. Where are we next then? Trevor in spirit. Trev the Rev is calling himself. I don't know what relation he is yet. Trev the Rev in spirit. If anybody knows Trevor in spirit, and sometimes he used to be called Trev the Rev for some reason, let me know. He's lovely. He's got a real good sense of humour. That's why he's come straight out with Trev the Rev. He's saying, I'm Trev the Rev. He's saying, I'm here for somebody, he says, when they decide to talk to me. He says, when they decide to talk to me. And that's how he's saying. So he knows somebody on here. He may well be just a friend. So don't just think of your relatives. Think of a friend, because he's, oh, hang on. Tell me a bit more. Trev sounds like a proper Trev. So Trev is bringing in a mom. So Trev is bringing in your mom. So you've got to know a Trev, probably as a friend or something like that, who is actually a friend of your mum's, I think, by the look of it, because he is bringing your mum in. Okay. And we'll... he's also talking to me about the link to Tony as well. We're trying to get to the right person now. So Trev the Rev, bringing in your mum in spirit. Now, this mum she's telling me she went with cancer. She's talking about this cancer was in her lymph nodes. So it's up here somewhere. She keeps pointing to her neck. So it's up here somewhere. So mom if you can't take Trev, just listen to the mom as well, because Trev is right, but he's trying to jolt somebody's memory, I think. Oh, God. It's just making me laugh. He's talking about the mods and the rockers. If anybody remembers the mods and the rockers on the mopeds, he's talking to me. So he's from that era. I can't remember when that was, but he's from that kind of era. But if anybody could take, we'll move on to mom. We'll describe mom a little bit. It was talking about passing with cancer, and it was in her lymph nodes, and breast cancer as well. She passed with as well. She's talking about breast cancer. She's talking about the name Barbara means something as well. I don't think that's her name, but she links with Barbara. Okay, she links with Barbara as well. So mom in spirit, lymph nodes, breast cancer, knows Trev. Knows the name's Barbara, looking for a lady on here, she tells me, looking for somebody that's looked at a photograph recently as well. And she's also showing me herself in like a little hat that's kind of tilted on the side of her head as well, kind of a cream or white coloured hat that's kind of tilted on the side of her head as well. So there's a picture there of her with this hat. She's also talking about the name Heather will mean something as well, and also the name Jack in spirit will mean something as well. But if nobody can take it in a minute, I'll move on, because I don't want to keep going on if nobody can take her, because she's obviously here for somebody. Maybe somebody can take her on catch up or something like that. But she wants to say the month of Trev is my car. Trev the Rev. Now that'd be all right, wouldn't it? It depends if you've got a mom in spirit and you can take the rest on her. For some reason, this mom is making me do this. Somebody does a lot of this. I can't see. With their fingers when they're talking, they kind of somebody bending their fingers back quite a lot, like this. Somebody just got the habit of doing this, bending their fingers. This mom's talking about as well. She's got knowledge of that. So it's your nan that died of lymphoma. Okay. See if we can take a bit more. Oh, Dad was Jack. It could be you then, Donna. I just want to make sure. You're revving it, Amanda's saying. So Dad was Jack. So Trev is the car, is it? Donna, let's stick with you then, with your nan, and see if it's for you. She'll give enough to make you understand it's her. Come on then, nan. She's talking about this bending of the fingers, Donna. I don't know if you can take somebody that does a lot of this bending of the fingers. Somebody does this quite a lot as well. And she's also talking about, she wants me to put my hands in she's wanting me to lean on here and put my head in my hands like this, because she's been watching somebody that tends to do a lot of this. And it looks as though I'm looking at a book or something. I'm sitting down or lying down even, looking at a book with my head in my hands like this. She's obviously watching somebody that does this kind of thing. Okay, we'll go with you for the moment then. She's talking about, oh, she's just said to me, Donna, that there is a wet, in fact, no, I got that wrong, sorry. She's telling me off because I was just about to say something is the wrong thing. She's talking about there's an engagement. Oh, have you? Okay. Oh, hang on. She's replying to that. Watch Donna, because she says there's somebody that actually does that, not just her, somebody else does it as well down here. So watch for it. Maybe it's to come. She's talking about there's an engagement coming up. She says somebody's getting engaged. And she just said to me, oh, won't that be nice? Won't that be nice? She says, now this is quite unexpected. And the lady involved in this is not expecting it. So it's going to be a nice surprise. So watch for the engagement that's coming up. You know what? I don't know if you've seen it there's an advert on the TV where there's a girl and a bloke walking up a hill. It's for a jewelry store, and they're walking up this like hill, and there's this ruined castle or something on the top, and he proposes there. Now she's showing me that, so I don't know what the link is, but she's showing me that. So whether that's going to happen or whether it's just the link to engagement, I don't know, but you'll figure it out. She says, oh, you're well with it, Donna. You know what's going on. She wants me to say there's a new baby coming around you, Donna, and it is close family. She's talking about it, family. And she says that there are also 2 babies in spirit as well that you should understand. Okay. She says also that the name Amy down here, Amy, and it's spelled A-I-M-E-E. Amy means something as well. So she's aware of Amy. And she says that there's going to be a discussion about a change of schooling for somebody, or a change of schools for somebody around you as well. She's talking about that. Somebody's talking about it already, so you'll probably overhear that. Okay, Amy is relevant at the moment. Okay, she's spelling it a different way though for some unknown reason, Donna. I don't know why, but anyway, she's talking about that. She's just said to me, Steve down here, Steve around you needs a little bit of healing. All right, so there's something going on around him. And she's talking about there's somebody that's going to go up in the attic. Somebody wants to extend into the attic. So there's that kind of thing going on as well. She's been watching that. I don't know what if that's you on there, Donna. You look quite smart, but she's showing me you in a dress that's quite tight at the top, and it flares out quite a lot at the bottom, but it's only like knee length. So I don't know whether it's a memory for you and she's seeing you wearing it, or whether you're gonna. But she's talking about this dress that's tight and then it flares out, almost like she's making me dance a little bit, as if when you danced a little bit, this skirt would go all the way around. You know what I mean? I can't explain myself. You know what I mean? But she's talking about this nice dress. Okay. Now she's gone on to, Now she's gone on to embroidery, Donna. But it's lovely, fancy embroidery. She's doing a bit of embroidery on different clothes, but it's like flowers. She's putting flowers on clothes. So I don't know if she means she used to do that, or you possibly do that. But she's got this thing about embroidering clothes. Oh, hang on. Oh, I don't know whether, yeah. She's talking about embroidery, but she's gone on now to hand-me-downs, and the way that we hand the clothes down, and then we have to adjust them to make them fit. Okay, so she's just bringing that. I think it's as a memory, but she's talking about hand-me-downs, having hand-me-downs. She says there's somebody around you, a youngster, a child that needs new shoes. Somebody's feet are growing quite quickly, and apparently their feet are going to get quite big. All right. Okay. All right. But she's talking about, somebody's child, their feet are growing quite quickly. Okay. She says she's come also because somebody's actually been talking about her recently. And she says that she's been paid her words are, I've been paid quite a nice compliment as well, she says. I must admit, I was quite shocked. These were her words. I must admit, I was quite shocked to be paid this compliment, she says, but I'll take it. I'll take it, she's saying. And she's saying that in a way that she wants to say to you, and you should take your compliments as well, Donna. You should take your compliments, not just go, oh, you don't mean it. You should take them. And I don't know what it is about you. I don't know whether sometimes you like me, you're saying you don't mean that. But she's impressing on me to impress on you, you take your compliments. Okay, take your compliments when somebody pays it you. Okay, she's talking about somebody in spirit that used to play poker. Oh, there you go. Somebody in spirit that used to play poker. Now she's just going to you for a minute. She's going to go in a minute, but she just wants to say something about your work. I don't know if you're working at the moment or you're going to be working, but there's changes regarding work. She's just described it as a work issue. Okay, so there's changes around a work issue around you, more to do with you, and it's nice changes. She's talking about expanding. So there's the need to expand into something. And I just said to her, do you mean she's going to be studying? And she says, well, I'm not sure. She says, there's a chance you might want to study. So there's going to be a decision as to whether you want to study or not. So she's talking to me about that as well. Thank you for talking to me, she says. So you must send your prayers up to her. You're doing a good job. I don't want to swear. I will swear, not properly. Don't let the buggers grind you down, she's saying. And that's her exact words. Don't let the buggers grind you down, she's saying. So having a bit of a giggle because I questioned that. I said, do you want me to say that? Just say it. Just say it. You'll be all right. Yeah, don't let them grind you down, she's saying. Send my love to the family, she says. Send my love to the family. Know that I'm watching you. And I want to give you an angel. Now, this angel that she wants to give you is going to come into, she's calling it, an angel is going to come into fruition. But I think what she means, she's going to draw you to this angel. It's going to be an ornament or something like that. So she says, watch for the angel, watch for the angel, pick it up, she's saying. So watch for it. You'll know when it comes. Okay. She's blowing kisses. So I hope that was okay for you, Donna. There you go. Okay. There you go. Don't know what saying there you go. I don't know whether she used to say that quite a lot because I don't usually say that. So if your nan used to say, there you go. There you go. Take that as well. Okay. All right then. There you go. Take the angel, frame it. Frame the angel. She just put it in a frame. So it may well be that. I might have got it wrong. You draw. Oh, I said draw into an angel. She just said, you ain't got it wrong. But it's just the way you take it, isn't it? She just said to me, frame it, Donna, frame it. Oh, also get her to sign it for some reason and put a date on it. Donna, for some reason. She wants you to put a date on it and get her to sign it for some reason. All right. Okay. Right. I'll leave that with you, Donna. Okay. Right. Lovely. Making me say all funny things, just funny things coming out my mouth that I don't usually say tonight. I don't know what's going on. Ted in spirit. Lovely Ted. Ted. I'm Ted. Grandad Ted is saying. He's just said to me, I'm Ted and I'm as cuddly as a Ted. And this is a lovely, like, granddad. He's like a granddad. He may well be granddad, so a great granddad as well. Okay, so somebody on here that could take him as a great granddad because he said to me, I'm great granddad as well. So if anybody could take lovely Ted, and like I say, he's got a great sense of humour because he's made me said, I'm Ted and I'm cuddly as a Ted. I'm cuddly as a Ted, he's saying. And don't we need some cuddles, he's saying. Don't we need some cuddles? But then he's just said to me, but not in this hot weather, not in this hot weather. But anyway, somebody on here should know Ted in spirit with a good sense of humour. He's talking about, Ted has got his sister up with him as well, but we'll find Joan is up there with him as well. He's just said to me, I've got Joan here. So if anybody could take Ted and then Joan with him as well. But it's Ted that's coming in as a granddad. All right, my puppy is very cuddly. But this is Ted in spirit that wants to come through. Very cuddly, like a teddy. Now, Ted has just said to me there is come because whoever on here can take Ted, their mom down here is not very well at the moment. There's some concern about their mom. So he's got a link to your mom as well, Ted has. In fact, yeah, it's a family link as well. So he's connected to your mom. So perhaps we'll describe your mom in case you don't know Ted very well. But mom's not very well at the moment. In fact, he tells me that he's describing us under the doctor. But he's also talking about the need for blood tests as well, the need for blood tests. Okay, so if anybody's got a mom that's not very well at the moment, that's under the doctor, that has a need for blood tests going on, and there's trips regularly to the hospital. Okay, he's talking about regular checks to the hospital coming up. Ted's talking about that as well. There's some problem with the legs. He's talking about healings needed around mum's legs as well. He's talking about that. And this is an older mum as well. It's not a young mum. This is an older lady that he's talking about down here. He's describing, she must be sitting on the sofa quite a lot, because he's describing, in fact, he's describing the sofa as a couch. I don't usually call them couches, but I don't know whether your family calls them couches or your mom, but she's spending a lot of time on the couch. Also, the name Susan will mean something as well, the name Susan. But Ted's come because of this need for healing around mom down here. Regular tests and appointments. She's not good on her feet. She sits on the sofa load, Jackie. Okay. Don't know if you can understand the Ted, or perhaps you'll have to ask your mom. Your mom's called Susan. Okay, then perhaps it's for you. Then we'll go a bit more then, Jackie, to make sure I'm with you. But it's this gentleman called the Ted that's coming through. So whether you know him or not, you might have to ask your mom then. All right, ask your mum about Ted, because it's him that's popping through to talk about this healing. Now, he's very, like I say, he's very uplifting, and he's very cuddly, as he says. And he's just said to me, he's just describing the cuddly now. He's gone back to the cuddly, because he's talking about the need for cuddles around you, Jackie. So I don't know if you need cuddles or your mum actually need the cuddles. But he's talking about people that need cuddles around you. But he's actually saying that you need healing as well, Jackie. But yours is more for strength. All right. So there's a lot of strength needed about you, because he's talking about you busy, going here, there and everywhere. Busy. And doing lots and lots. I don't know if you're doing shopping as well for your mom, because he's got me with loads of carrier bags. He's picking up loads of shopping. So somebody's doing shopping for somebody else as well that he's describing. Okay. Now, Ted's going to hand me over to your granddad. So there's a granddad that's going to come through and talk a little while now. Okay, so granddad coming in. Now, he's coming in for you. Obviously giving your mom healing as well, but there's a granddad that's coming in for you, because he's talking about this need for strength also for you, but he's also talking about I don't know how to describe that. Oh, right, okay then. Your coping, he just said to me, your coping mechanism. And I asked, what do you mean coping mechanism? Describe it a little bit more, because he just said to me, coping mechanism. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to make him expand on that, because I don't know exactly what he means. You've got this kind of coping mechanism, but he's describing it as though you kind of go into yourself. It's almost like a little bit of meditation or something. And unless you should be doing this. So it's either you do this or he thinks you should do this. But it's like your coping mechanism has to be, you go into yourself, almost like a meditation type thing, and shut everything else out, even if it's just for 5 minutes, he says, just to get you, and these are his words, just to get you back together. Just do that kind of meditation just for 5 minutes, he's saying. Okay, he's changing the subject. So he's aware of your mom. Now he's coming to you. He's talking about you and oh, right, okay, then. He's talking about you and a link to Wales, Welsh Wales, not Wales in the sea. But he's talking about a link to Wales. He says, watch for the link to Wales. So there's something coming up in connection with that he wants to talk about as well. But he's also talking about a link to over the other side, and he's taking me to Lincolnshire. So there's going to be that link as well. Actually, there's all sorts of links everywhere. Somebody must like travelling, or they're going to be travelling, Jackie, because he's sending me now up to Bonnie, Scotland. He says, Bonnie, Scotland. In fact, he says there's a link in the family to Scotland. So you may well find your ancestors, as he's just said to me, you've got ancestors in Scotland that come from Scotland as well. Now, there's a new baby, he says, coming around you, but he's telling me it's on a friend link. But it must be a close friend, because you're going to have like a hold of this baby. I can see you rocking the baby. So he's talking about the new baby coming. He's talking about somebody that likes their nails painted. So this is a youngster around you that likes their nails painted. Now, they must have had these fancy nails at some stage, because he's painting mine like red and white, like stripes. So I don't know if that's done, or he's just using it as, somebody likes their fancy nails. but he's acknowledging the fancy nails type thing. Okay, what's this? He's just said to me, Margaret. Okay, then. There you go. He's aware of that then, isn't he? He says, oh, Margaret's in spirit with me. She wants to say hello. And there's also a gentleman in spirit called Colin, but also one called John in spirit as well. So you've got loads of people in spirit want to say hello to you and your mom. Ernest as well. So you'll find all these people out. Just a lot of people popping in just to say hello to you. Like that recently, and my son always wants his done. There you go then. He's just letting you know that he's around, isn't he? Apparently, one of your children is very good at drawing. So watch for the, how do you describe it? Somebody becoming quite good at drawing. Watch for him getting better. He's talking about that as well. In fact, somebody's going to want a, like an easel. Okay, and do it properly. Somebody's going to be wanting to do that as well. He's bringing that in as well. He's also talking about, you know, this mosaic art. Somebody's going to be interested in doing mosaic work. So watch for that as well. Coming up, he's talking to me about that. He wants me to give you a cheese platter. So I don't know if it's you that likes cheese, Jackie, but he's giving me all sorts of cheese on a platter. Somebody obviously likes them. Oh, and he's now putting grapes on it as well. Grapes on this platter. Somebody prefers those type of foods, he's saying, to like chocolate. All right, so he's having a bit of a giggle about that. So he wants to give you, there you go. Oh, watching getting better then. He's talking about that and giving you a cheese platter. Okay, what's going on? Oh, apparently one of the drawings, or is it drawings? He's talking about a drawing or a painting being sent by post, you know, in one of those tubes. So I don't know whether that's already happened and he knows about it, or somebody's going to be sending their drawing through post, wrapped in that. Okay. Oh, that's all right. So he's aware of what's going on around you, this lovely granddad, isn't he? He's just said to me the month of May means something. So 2 dates in May and 1 date of the 15th. I don't think it's May. I don't know what that is, but he's just said the 15th of the month will mean something, and 2 dates in May, and also August will mean something. And he's just said to me, oh, somebody needs swimming lessons. So watch for somebody mentioning swimming lessons, because he's aware of that as well. He says he's just popped in with Trev. When you find out who Trev, what the connection is, just popped in to say hello and let you know that they're around. Okay, then let you know that they're around and they are keeping their eye on you and your mom. All right, and there's healing being sent down from a lovely nan. I don't know whether it's her mom, but there's a lovely nan that sends healing down to your mom as well. All right, and his words are treats coming for you, Jackie. So you're going to get some treats from somewhere, not telling me what, but he just said, can you tell her there's treats coming? There's treats coming. So I think he's going now. Pack up your troubles in your old kid bag and smile, smile, smile. Stop worrying so much, he says. He's just wiping a little tear. So I don't know if you've been crying a little bit or you've had been a bit upset, but he's just wiped a little tear from me. Swimming lessons. Could be Ted. I can be wrong, can't I? I can be wrong. No, he's saying no. There's a Ted up in spirit as well. So you probably find a Ted up in spirit. But he's talking about somebody who's been wiping away a tear. But he's just letting you know that he's around. You've got the support of spirit, he says. But treat yourself. And there's treats coming your way anyway. So I hope that was okay for you. He's lovely. And your granddad as well. They're blowing you kisses. Send their love to your mum if you can as well. She has dreams. She has dreams of spirit, you know, when they visit. If you have a dream of somebody in spirit and it's quite vivid and there's chatting, that's a visit. So watch for your mom saying something if she's not already aware of it. I've had a chat with somebody in spirit, because that's what they're doing. Okay, so I'm blowing your kisses. I've got to send their love. Blowing your kisses, waving. Just doing what they're making me do now, waving to you, Jackie. So I hope that was okay for you. Leaving you now. Okay. What are we doing now? Granddad did before he died too. Okay then. Right, okay. Where are we now then? Adrian. Somebody just shouted at me the name Adrian. It means somebody. The name Adrian actually is down here, and it's connected to somebody on here. So I don't know whether it's your other half or a brother or something like that. Now, this is a dad I've got with me who's talking about a Adrian down here. But it's not Adrian I'm looking for on here. It's a lady. So if anybody on here has got a connection to an Adrian, has got a dad in spirit, let me know, because it's this dad that's talking about the Adrian. But there's also a nan in spirit as well. So I've got a nan here, I've got a dad here, who are talking about a link to Adrian down here that should get me to the right person on here, I think, by the look of it. I've just read something on here. Somebody's just said virtual hugs, Miraz. But this gentleman in spirit that I've got with me, this dad, is doing this. You know, when I'm no good at making these heart things. You know, when they do this, somebody he's related to does a lot of this hearty thing with the fingers. So he's making me do that as if he's acknowledging somebody down here that does a lot of this heart thing. This dad is talking about. I have a granddaughter, Adriana. Depends if you can take the heart, Jackie, because if you've got a dad in spirit and you can take somebody that's doing the heart, it's almost as though I'm doing this type of thing, you know, pumping as they do, this type of thing. But this lovely dad is talking about that. But he's got his mom. He tells me he's got his mom up there with him as well. So you've got to have a dad in spirit and a nan in spirit, the heart connection that somebody does down here, but also the drawing. Somebody draws hearts, somebody lights hearts or something. Does the hearts with the kids all the time. Danielle, have you got a dad in spirit though? I want a dad up there. So you've got to have this dad. You've got to understand the dad in spirit because it's the dad that's coming in. So you can take the heart. Have you got the dad in spirit? I have to ask you. He's making me ask. I want to make sure I'm with the right person. Okay, as long as I know. Right, dad in spirit doing the heart thing. So coming through for you then. The first thing he's doing for you then, Jackie, if this is for you, he's going, oh. He's saying there's a lot of huffing and puffing going around, isn't there? Which means you've been doing a lot of huffing and puffing, and he's been listening to you. Oh, there's a lot of huffing and puffing. It's as if I've come home and I've just like plonked myself on the sofa, all right, and he's having a bit of a giggle about the huffing and puffing. Okay, all right. We'll go with Jackie for now. I know another can take, and other people can take it, but take what you want out of it. But I'll concentrate on Jackie at the moment. Okay, the huffing and puffing is saying he's talking about. He says Jackie, because he's talking about decisions coming for you. So decisions. Shall I do this? Shall I do this? Is saying not only in working life, but also in his saying personal life as well. And he's aware of all these decisions that you're going to have to make. He's saying some of them are just little decisions, and some of them will need careful thought. He's saying. So what's for the decisions to be made coming your way? He wants to say to you, because he's making me feel as if by me saying that you'll become a little bit worried with all these decisions. And he's saying to you, don't be worried. Don't be worried about the decisions, because you won't make the wrong one. It's just that he's warning you there's quite a few coming up, and he's just letting you know that he's aware of them. Totally changing the subject now, Jackie. Totally, God, they do, because they've only got a limited time. He's talking to me about sausages. All right. And I'm seeing, you know how the butchers have them when we buy them, they're in a string of sausages. And he's talking to me about a string of sausages at the moment. So I don't know exactly what he means, because that's symbolic for me. There's a butcher in the family, but he's telling me no. So it must be, I'm just going to give you as it is, and hopefully you can figure out what he's trying to say. Just a string of sausages. So it could be that somebody likes their sausages, somebody likes their bangers and mash, and he's just saying that. But there's some relevance of sausages around you that he's bringing. Now, there's a new baby coming around you as well, he says. And he also says that there is a twin link in your family. I don't know if you understand the twin link, but he's talking about new baby coming, and there's a twin link in your family as well. He's also talking about there's going to be talk. Oh, right. Is that what it is? Your grandson's addicted to them. He says now there's going to be talk of a house move. It's not here yet. Okay, but there is going to be talk about house move, and he's aware of that because he's going somewhere bigger. So I don't know whether he means you, but it's not quite there yet, or it's just being talked about at the moment, but he's aware of that as well. Okay. Okay. It's just talking about, you know, when I spoke to the lady before, and she's got an artist, a lad or something, does nice drawing. There's somebody around you that is having a bit of a giggle about, that does holds a pen like this or the crayon like this and just a big scribble like this, but they press really hard on the paper. So I don't know who that is, or he's been watching, but he's got a memory of somebody doing this with the paper and the crayons, just going round and round and round and round. Oh, and then, okay, and then, so it's somebody that's done this with the pen or the crayons, you know what I mean? Scribble, scribble, scribble. And then they've like drawn arms on it and legs on this scribble. So he's been watching somebody that's done that in the past or recently, have added arms and legs to it as well. And he's having a bit of a giggle about that. So watch for that also. He's now gone on to spiders. All right. A big spider in a bath. Hopefully it's in the past, but watch for the big spider in the bath. It's one of those big ones with the dangly legs. Okay, I don't know if he's doing it for a joke, if you don't like spiders, or somebody. Oh, actually, there's somebody around you. Oh, right, okay. Actually, there's somebody around you, Jackie, that will just pick them up. That's not bothered by them. So there's somebody that don't like them, I think, and there's somebody that will actually pick the spider up and just put it out the window or whatever. Okay, he's bringing that. He's talking about, oh, God, he's aware of that then. Okay, then, but there is somebody around you that's quite happily to pick him up. Okay, and put him out the window. He's just said, actually, oh, that's funny. He's just showed me a lovely bath. It's one of those old, I think they're Victorian ones with the legs on. So I don't know if somebody's got one already, is a memory of it, or somebody's thinking of getting one. Just one of those old Victorian baths that stand on its own with the legs on. He's just showed me one of them. All right, so hopefully you'll know where that is. Now he wants to link you with America as well, so watch for the link to America. He's bringing you California as well, so there's going to be a link there. Either somebody will mention it or somebody will go. But this link to America that he's talking to about, and also he's talking about New York as well. Somebody wants to go to New York, he's saying. He's just saying I'm aware of that as well. Okay. Wants to give you, he's saying, a bit of a, he's come because he wants to give you a little bit of upliftment. So you must need cheering up a little bit. He's trying to give you a little bit of upliftment. And he's also talking about, he's also talking about upliftment, but also a bit of cheering up as well. Okay, then a little bit of cheering up. That's what he's doing for you. And you know, when they say, oh, I'm taking my cap off to her, you know, a well done type thing. He's doing that to you, taking my cap off to you. He says it's the way you deal with things. You deal with things quite well, he's saying. So he's taking your cap off to that. And before he goes, he wants to give you an apple. But there's somebody that used to, he's putting like the core through the middle of the apple to take the core out. And then there's somebody that used to be able to peel it whole without the peel being broke, you know, round and round and round and round. There's a memory that somebody used to do that as well. And he wants me to give you this apple. Just said to me, I just said to him, do you want to say anything else? And he says, oh, nothing more to be said. I don't think nothing more to be said. Just let her know that I'm around. The spiritual things going on in your house. So you should notice that he's around and things are getting moved. Do you do that? He's watching you then, isn't he? The spiritual things that are moving in your house, they're trying to let you know that they're around. He's saying, watch for the lights flashing. He's just said to me, if I can do that, I will try and make the lights flash for you, he says. Also, the television, the volume on the television may suddenly go up. He's talking about that, okay, the volume on the television going up. But he wants to say, it's only me, it's only me. Don't let anybody panic. It's like people panic. He says, don't panic. It's just me. It's just me. Okay, just say hello to me. And as you say hello, I will try and do something else. So he's around quite a lot and he's quite capable of doing stuff to show that he's around. So just keep talking to him. Anything more? Up the Sky Blues, he's just said to me. Now, that to me means Coventry City for me, but I'm sure you're not from there. But he's just said to me, oh, tell her up the Sky Blues, up the Sky Blues. Okay, I'll be spooked out. Oh, right, okay. It's nothing to worry about. It's just him. I think he finds it funny. So if he'll be freaking out a little bit, I think he'll do it even more because he finds it quite funny. All right, so he's having a bit of a giggle, but he's reassuring you that it is him. So it's nothing. Oh, Blue Jays, is that what he means? Is it? Oh, that's good. I'm glad I said it now. All right then. But he's blowing his kisses. He says, I'm sending my love. I'm sending my love. Tell your hubby, he says. Tell him not to worry. He's a bit of a worrier. Tell him not to worry so much, he says. Okay, just pass that message on. Tell him not to worry so much. Everything will be all right in the end. In fact, he's given me that saying. Somebody said that on the TV on a program once, or on a film. It'll be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. Okay, so that's the saying. All right, from that lovely film. Hotel Marigold, I think it was, that Marigold one. Yeah, okay. And that's all he's saying. So it'll be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. So pass it on to your hubby for a minute. And sending love, blowing your kisses. Again, when I do this, it's because they're making me blow your kisses. So that's what he's doing. Okay, so I'll leave that with you, Jackie. I don't know how, I reckon am I really near time? I can't remember. How am I doing for time? I bet I'm near, and I.
Yeah, you're about there, Deb. A little bit over. So you've done a great job. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you.
Let's get to Frank's cards. We'll come back to you for the closing prayer.
Okay.
Super. Okay. Good evening, friends. Glad you could join us tonight. If you're new to us here, or if you're not, then stay tuned for Frank's cards. Frank from our church draws 3 cards each week. We can't get round to everyone with a message. So hopefully, if you tune into the cards that follow, and there'll be an uplifting thought for the week ahead. So let's see what Frank's got for us this week.
Good evening. Our first crystal this evening is the amethyst, and with that goes the card for the goose. The goose is a symbol of loyalty and faithfulness, and care and devotion, and also the importance of communication. At times, your views of a situation or another person may be coloured by your past experiences. Sometimes geese pop up to make you aware that your recollection of something that happened in the past has been exaggerated to be either far better or far worse than it actually was. Old memories might be brought up now so that they can be healed, or possibly long forgotten dreams, perhaps from your childhood, are now ready to be reborn. This card can also indicate that someone from your past is now coming back into your life. Geese are extremely honourable birds in the fact that they never abandon one of their own. If a wounded goose can't fly on with the others, at least one of the flock will stay behind until the goose has recovered or passed on. Similarly, this is saying that you are a person who would do that for one of your group or community if that was what was needed. Geese are devoted for life to their mates and to their young, just like our little family on this card. And they are a symbol of fertility as well. The old stories of Mother Goose make this bird the perfect symbol for children and childhood. Many of the beliefs and perceptions that we form and carry with us are established during our childhood days. So take a moment to consider what has happened in the past and to how it may be related to your life at the moment. Is it something that perhaps is best left in the past and remain forgotten? Or is it a symbol of a dream that you once had that can now be reborn and can bring you love and enjoyment once more? And our second crystal is the amethyst. And with that we have the card for the deer mouse, the emperor. The deer mouse focuses on detail, thinking of the future, keeping everything tidy and just so, and providing constructive feedback in a likeable manner. He is compassionately informs you that haphazard creation can only turn into chaos. Have you thought through all the possible outcomes of your plans? Or are you overthinking? Perhaps this is the time to reevaluate. It is definitely the time to get organised. This card also indicates great leadership skills in you and the need for you to take charge of a situation. It may seem counterintuitive to present the Emperor as a deer mouse, but the truth is that this card is all about detail. Our little friend is always thinking ahead and always planning and storing away what he will need for the future in a tidy and orderly manner. He remains focused on the larger picture all the time without skipping any necessary steps. He has the ability to do great things. The deer mouse is highly resourceful and prolific, thereby making sure that his plans come to fruition, even if he himself cannot be there to complete them. By planning responsibly yourself, you will become a similar type of person. You will have things in order, and if you aren't around at the moment you're needed to carry out what's needed, then you will make sure that others are successful in your place. Deer mouse is also very keen on seeing that his own cleanliness is kept in order. They like their fur to be perfectly groomed and neat and tidy. So remember, if you have chosen this card, you only get one first shot at making an impression. So prepare yourself and be ready for those that you may be about to meet. And our third card, crystal this evening, is the rose quartz, and with that goes the card for the Gypsy Vena horse. This card says this is a very successful time for you. There is great abundance and excellent prospects around you. It says everything is going to turn out perfectly now, and you just couldn't ask for more at this time. Projects you have been pursuing will become success, and exciting new opportunities are possible. You may have a chance to do something outstanding with someone or for someone. It may be time to consider taking a step back and finding time for yourself. This horse asks that you use your resources that come your way wisely, and above all make sure that you stand up for what you know is right. The Gypsy Vena horse symbolises a person who is compassionate but accomplished, charismatic but grounded, and I feel if you choose this card, then that is you. He cares deeply for his causes, be they charitable or otherwise. Often this person is passionate about the environment, and kindness to animals is important too. For that reason, he probably also has the people he needs to be able to contact quickly are on his speed dial. Gypsy Vena horses are known for their beauty, their sweetness and strength. As one of the smallest of the draft horse breeds, they represent the ability to accomplish your mission no matter what. It is a horse with a light golden coat, and if you've chosen this card, then this says that you are a person with a heart of gold that attracts riches in abundance. Likewise, you are currently in a time of great prosperity. This horse asks that you use the blessings that heaven is sending your way at this time to do great things for yourself and for others. Three very nice cards there tonight, and I hope they've helped quite a lot of you. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Lovely, thank you, Frank. Okay, let's bring this service to a close. Go back to Deb for the closing prayer, and then we'll play the closing Vesper. Deb.
Okay. Divine Spirit, now that our service is drawing to a close, we thank everybody here for listening and thank our friends in the spirit world for showing us again that life is eternal. We ask a blessing on each and every one of us here today and the families which they represent. May they go away safe in the knowledge that their loved ones are with them always. Amen.
Right, well, I'd like to say a big thank you to Deb Clarke for tonight's service. It was lovely evening with you, Deb. Thank you for those wonderful messages. Thank you to Elaine Gerald, who's our medium in church. If you were with us earlier, you'd have seen Elaine opening in prayer. So thank you for taking care of things in church. Thank you to Frank for chairing in church. Thank you to Peter for the Bible reading. And thank you to Frank again for his cards, as he does every week. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Hope you can join us next Sunday at the same time. Until then, have a great week. Good night.